And May Day started as a protest by Australian stonemasons demanding shorter working hours, and a few decades later was taken up by anarchists in Chicago, and they were striking to demand an 8-hour working day as well. Some of the strikers were executed, and others put on trial, being framed on false charges of throwing a bomb at police. The folks running businesses at the time were worried about the kind of community organising that the anarchists were doing, like dances, picnics, lectures, libraries and events for workers. The activities forged bonds between workers and fomented class solidarity, which served as a threat to business owners. A couple of years after those strikes, meetings were held in Paris where it was proposed that the Chicago protests should be celebrated as a victory for workers. And a year later, in 1891, May Day was formally recognised as an annual event. The 8-hour working day was born. May Day has been a focal point for various socialist, communist and anarchist groups, and Stroud Against Racism would like to celebrate with everyone here by recognising the constant struggle and organisation it takes to make a community.
It's brilliant to see people like you here because you're all family. And that's the one thing we've got to remember as trade unionists, because the only thing, I believe, the only way that we can change terms and conditions and workers' rights in this country is through trade union activism. You can't really rely on the parties anymore. So we need to recruit, we need to organise, and we need to spread the message, which is exactly what you're here. Solidarity to all trade unionists.
Stroud District Trades Council, after a long lapse, has reformed last year and is now very active within the trade union and workers' community.
We've seen it, the NHS, schools, civil service, workplaces, public transport are all being destroyed. And we need to make sure that we're not standing idly by. We're out there, we're voting, we're taking part in events like today, and we're making our voice heard, because there's more money out there than ever. There's more billionaires than ever. It's not that it's not there, it's that we live in an unfair society, and the only people that are going to stand up and make it fair, the only people that are defending us are us and each other and our communities and the people here today. So we need to speak loudly, speak constantly. We know we're a movement that never dies. May Day has gone on for a long time. We've won a lot of victories, but we've got so much more to win, so we need to keep up the energy and the passion.
RMT, protecting staff from redundancies, protects them from changing their terms and conditions, and stop the ticket office closures. UCU won back their pensions. The GMB, as we just mentioned with Dave, they great work with Amazon, but they also won pay rises for outsourced cleaners and caterers. There's a few more, keep going. The Bakers Union, the marvellous Bakers Union, during COVID donated tons and tons of food to food banks during that testing time. The government felt nothing of that. They had to fight for their pay rise and won.
That as a community, we support and stand in solidarity with each other to ensure that we all get a fair share, not just a privileged few.
So I'd like to think of the workers that I've got in my union who are out on strike today. We've got Liverpool Museums, National Museums Liverpool's, and across the culture service there's cuts, huge widespread cuts in Wales, 10 to 20% cuts across the board in heritage. This is devastating after years of cuts. So to my comrades up in Liverpool who've completed 8 weeks of strike and are resuming strikes again today, I'd like to send solidarity. Now these are pickets, like all of our pickets, that are full of love and vibrancy and energy. And I think that's something that the union movement's really about. when we bring the energy and people feel it, we're sharing the love and the hope and the socialism that we've got within our unions and with our communities.
And mobilising for solidarity, standing alongside one another and saying, hands off my friend. That's what trade unionism has always been about. Solidarity in the workplace, but also beyond the workplace, in our communities and internationally too.
There's a lot of work going on for peace, especially in my union. We're supporting a free peace in Palestine. We're taking legal action to stop the exports of arms. We think that it's illegal. We're looking into that to say that our workers don't want to take part in this legal action. They don't want to be complicit in genocide.
When we stand together, we can break down systems of oppression that hurt vulnerable and marginalised members of our community. And we can instead celebrate the diversity we have here in Stroud.
Community Solidarity Stroud District needs you. We need you to stand with us, to say no to bigotry, no to division, no to conspiracy theories, no to scapegoating. We need you, just as we needed you at Cable Street, to say no, to say hands off my friends, to say solidarity.
So, like summer, we rise and shine. Our movement never dies. We keep the solidarity going. So let's follow the Red Band into town. Let's make some noise and have some fun. Thank you so much.